What's up? It's me, Hillary, and for today's video, I am doing my 21 Pilots concert experience. Oh, I am so happy I can finally put all this in a video and explain my love for 21 Pilots. 21 Pilots is the band that I have honestly connected with the most within this past year, and I didn't know about them until their album Blurryface came out. I think becoming a fan of a band, in all cases, that no matter what time you find them, whether if it was just an album release or kind of just when they got signed, or if you found them on YouTube, I find the time and the effort you look and you put into this band, I don't think it matters. Of course, it's great if you've seen them from the beginning and kind of watch them grow, but I feel like coming from a girl who's loved so many bands and changed her music taste within the past year, because I've just been finding so many other musicians and artists that I prefer and that I enjoy listening to say, I think that becoming a fan and putting in lots of effort and lots of time into a band, trying to figure stuff out about them, kind of just makes you a fan. And I wasn't there when Pierce the Veil started, Time Low started its career. I find that if you just put in a lot of effort and actual love into this band, you are definitely a true and genuine fan. I have seen so many rants about this on Twitter, Tumblr, and everywhere, on Instagram as well. I cannot explain it any more than I have, because it annoys me when people do that. And you're a fake fan if you know from blah blah blah. You're not a fake fan. If you put in love and genuine effort to find out and learn about these bands, then yeah, you're a true fan, because you know what? You put in the time, you have learned lots of things about them and everything like that. So that's all I gotta say on that matter. I think that if you just love them and you can support their music, whether if you knew them a day ago or whether if you knew them a year ago. I just needed to put that out there because there has been so much going around on Twitter and Tumblr. Not about myself, just people ranting about new fans when music comes out. That's the only thing. So I am done with my rant, but other than that, getting on to the concert experience, amazing. I'm not just saying that, but there was definitely a few parts where everything got really pushy and everyone was just in this huge crowd. During the first two opening acts, I couldn't see it all. I could see a little bit during Finish Ticket and very tiny between Echo Smith, because there was pushing and crowding until 21 Pilots got on. Because the venue we went to was a really I thought it was a small venue for 21 Pilots, but I don't really know how much bigger you can go in the city and with venues and all of that. So I think that was definitely on the bigger side of venues, and most insane concert I've been to, because there was so many people there. But I try to find the good things out of stuff like that. If someone's pushing and everyone's just you're almost falling, so many people were freaking out, and I know a lot of their fan base is built up of people having anxiety and things like that, so they definitely had to carry out a lot of people at this concert. I don't think I've ever been to a concert where I've seen at least 20 to 25 people being carried out in at the 21 Pilots concert. I've never seen that many people actually having to get up security and leave. Why is because I feel like the Skeleton Clique is a very dedicated fan base, and everyone wants to see Tyler and Josh, because 21 Pilots is a band where they all mean something different to you. 21 Pilots, they can mean something different than what they do to me. It all depends. All the fans are very dedicated in their own way, which is great, but a lot of the time it does get a little out of hand. I'm not gonna lie. There was definitely times where I thought I was gonna fall over at least 5 or 6 times, just from me standing still and people pushing from my sides. I legit thought I was gonna fall over onto the ground, but thank God I didn't. And thank God a lot of people around me didn't. But aside from pushing and shoving, nobody was rude. That is the one thing I loved about the concert, and I got there 2 hours early and I got a pretty great view of 21 Pilots when they came on stage. But no one was rude at all. The Skeleton Clique is an amazing group of people to be around. I find that everyone is just so sweet, and everyone was just so nice and friendly. it's kind of hard to imagine when you go to a concert that's kind of like that, like I described, that's very pushy and eager to see the band, but everyone was always like, I'm so sorry, you know, and I know that they can't control it. Just the fact that people were very genuine and very, very kind towards another in that type of crowd, and it kind of just made everything so much more enjoyable. Like, it made me just have a great time, even when 21 Pilots came on and I was still being pushed and shoved. Like, of course you don't want that to happen to you, but I feel like the people that you're surrounded with at these type of concerts, if they have a good head on their shoulder and they're very nice, it just makes the whole environment and the surrounding around you a better place. That's how I felt, because I even went by myself in the crowd, and I was with two other girls that I met there at the concert, and we're all around like 5 foot maybe, and there were these like 6 foot tall guys there, and we were just like, shit, like we can't see, what should we do? And someone's like, you should maybe ask if like you can stand in front of them. And I was getting really, really nervous because I don't like to bug people or anything like that, and I don't want to be like seem annoying or anything like that, so I kind of just kept to myself for a little bit. And then before 21 Pilots came on, these guys that were in front of us, they're like, you guys can go in front of us if you want. I was like, he's like, it's no problem. And I was like, thank you so much. And me and like the 3 or 4 other girls just went right in front of him, and they were a really, really nice group of guys. Actually at like a band concert, because All Time Low was very, very packed, and it was just definitely quite a different experience that I had at 21 Pilots, so yeah. But anyway, getting on to the performances, they split the set list between the Vessel album and the Blurryface album. Did a mashup of, I believe, Addict with a Pen, Pantaloon, and kind of just like, I'll get the set list and link it down below, or just write out all the songs from the set list. But the really cool thing about that is when they came together to do the mashup, Josh was on one side and Tyler was on the other playing his piano, and he had the drums, and that was just a really, really cool moment because everyone was settled down and everyone just had their eyes on them, which I thought was really, really awesome. When I heard Guns for Hands, I was like freaking out. That is my favorite song from the album, and I love that they played that song. It is so good. But the Finished Ticket and Echo Smith were really great too. I was so surprised. Finished Ticket kind of reminded me of Panic at the Disco. I'm not gonna lie. I thought the lead singer looked a little bit like Brendan Urie from Panic, which was kind of cool, but their music was really great. I have no complaints. They had really great opening acts. 21 Pilots blew my mind, especially when they sang Car Radio. Trees was definitely my favorite performance, I think, though, because yes, it was towards the end, but like pretty much Tyler did is he got on this platform, and it's Josh and his favorite song. He said like he loves to play at the end, so it was really cool. He got on a platform with a drum, and then he just started drumming right in front of us. And I have so many photos on Instagram, so if you guys want to check them out, I'll put the links down below as well, and also to my Twitter. I posted the Car Radio video from Snapchat, and I posted a few other photos because I was kind of depressed for the next day. Post-concert depression set it in for like the whole week when I finished, or when I left the 21 Pilots concert, because that was honestly the best concert I've been to, because their on-stage performance was just amazing. It was such a different background. It was so aesthetically pleasing, I think that they say, which might seem kind of weird, but it actually is. And it's like they put so much effort into their work, like into their background and into how everything goes very precisely. Josh was on his drum set for a ride. It was so cool. I was right in front of him. I was freaking out, and I posted a video to my Instagram, but I'm telling you guys, you have to go see that. I'll put the link down below. I'll like put the video there to that post, because when Josh was there, I was freaking out, but sadly I was too short to actually touch the platform. But Josh came around when he was finishing up his solo for Ride in the crowd. He like kind of stuck his head up with a picture of him, which I'm very, very proud of. But yeah, also during We Don't Believe What's on TV, Jenna, Halsey, Mr. Wives, Hoodie Allen, And I believe 2 people from the band Walk the Moon came up on stage, and that was the best moment of the night too, because I freaked out when I saw Halsey. I am a huge Halsey fan, and I was like, oh my god, I didn't believe it. I was shocked. I was like, oh my god. I was like, she's here. And that was just like the highlight of the second night at New York City, and everyone was talking about it on out. I had my phone out and I was recording it. But there's so many photos, and like Tyler knew that was gonna definitely be the highlight of the night, so he was like, you know what, I'm gonna do something different. We're gonna bring out some people from New Jersey, from New York, who've lived here, and I just thought that was the perfect way to top off their New York trip, because that was definitely the highlight of everyone's night. The really awesome thing is that during, like, when they performed Trees, when they said, like, you know, thank you for using our music and you use music, and thank you for, you know, letting us talk in our songs about what we want to talk about, and kind of just thanking the whole Skeleton Clique for being there, what Tyler usually does at the end of his show. But when he said, you know, thank you New York for having us, this is our last song, kind of the intro to Trees, I was crying so hard. This is the type of people, like, I look up to. This is like the guy that, you know, means so much to me, and his songwriting and his lyrics are so comforting, and it's just like something like you never feel before, unless it feel like you're really connected with the band. They cried a lot when I got home after. When I was going to sleep, which genuinely means what they're saying in their lyrics, and this is someone who is inspiring to not just me, but to also a lot of people to just keep on going, and that's why I really look up to 21 Pilots, and I play their music, and it just puts me in a whole nother mood. They just make me so incredibly happy, and really just the most genuine guys who really give it all when they sing their songs and on their onstage performance. And it's kind of just so relieving to know that I have these great people I can always look up to. Even though, you know, rough patches in life, and it's kind of just like you have someone there for you. You have this music and you can use it, and it's so refreshing to know that they're genuinely thankful to have you and to have all these people surrounding them and calling them their fans and the Skeleton Clique. But it meant so much to me at the end of that concert, and that's why they are one of my favorite bands. Wow, this has gone really deep now. This has gone really deep. That I had the greatest experience. Everyone was so nice. Venue where I was 2 hours down. Like, I'm telling you, if you're really looking forward to go seeing 21 Pilots, I got there 2 hours before the show, and I got a great view because, like I said, I was really short, and people let me go in front of them, which was really nice. And I couldn't have a better experience, pretty much. Everything was great. I got a tour shirt, but it's currently in the wash. That's why I'm wearing my Hot Topic one. But everything was so great. I really have nothing to complain about. Yes, if you really enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. And I'm so close to 300 subscribers, and it would mean the world to me if you subscribe down below, because I'm trying to reach my goal, because I'm almost a year marking of my starting my YouTube channel, so it really mean the world to me if you could subscribe. I love you guys really so much, and we'll see you guys very soon. I love you.